tell you this. How many of you motherfuckers believe in that Jake Paul Woodley shit?
What would you say to Joe Byron right now?
Bing bong! If you see me in the ring, just know I'm upstairs going hard.
I'm good. I gotta hurry up. You good? No, I'm good, dude. Maybe not because I shot him in. Can I get a top? All right. What's up? Did that in private, but
I feel like after these two roles for Jake, I feel like the production, the media, we kind of family as well. You know, you guys got to know a lot about me. In the UFC, you guys didn't really get a chance to know me. You didn't get to know what I fought for, and that's what I fight for my kids and my family. You got a chance to know Mama Woodley a little bit more. You see the cloth that I was cut from, and the fighting spirit that possesses inside of me. And I told you guys I was in shape. I told you I was ready to fight. I told you I was coming, and I told you I would look in better shape than he was. And, you know, I did that tonight. So I went back and I looked at it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I drop my hand? I had both hands up. I was ready. I knew it was coming. I was ready to block the overhand, and I don't know if he delayed it. Even if he didn't delay, I don't know why I dropped my hand. And in this sport, it only take one mistake, you know, literally one mistake. I blocked so many shots, and the goal this time around was to extend my punches, to work the body a little bit, to press him a little bit more, to be a little bit more active. I didn't want to let him get 3 rounds ahead and start, you know what I mean, peppering the steak and then me not returning back, because I thought I did a great job of returning back. And I'm not done. Please do not look at me with sorrow eyes. Please not look at me like shaking your head. I done fucked a lot of people up. A lot of people had to have that talk in the locker room. A lot of coaches had to go back to the drawing board. A lot of people in their mind, they knew that they knew that they knew, and I saw it in their face, and it broke their heart when I took that from them. So at some point, we're going to have to start putting a little respect on Jake's name. You know, I never really disrespect him as a power puncher. That's something we always knew. That's why my defense was so tight. And had he dropped his hand on me, the same shit would have happened. So I can't cry with spilled milk. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed for an opportunity to come out here and fight again and show you guys that I'm fucking still here. And I told my coaches in the back, I said, he back, the young, hungry bull that started and went on this crazy run in the UFC and Strike Force and all these different organizations. He was back, and I can actually say that I was back. So
Ask you, how would you assess your performance today? First and foremost, I want to thank Showtime. They're going to be playing back my fight December 18th on their network.
December 28th.
December 28th. Sorry, December 18th is stuck in my head. But man, shout out to everyone at Showtime. Amazing crew, everyone, down from Steven Espinoza on down. What was the question again?
No worries. I was asking, how would you assess your performance today if you can grade yourself?
I mean, I got the knockout, highlight reel knockout. You know, I was setting up that shot because I knew he was going to try and catch the right hand coming straight, so I had to loop it around like a hook. But I was just off. I don't know, man. I was just off a little bit. Pulled the muscle again in my arm in the first round there. But had to fight through a lot of tough moments. And Tyron's tough, man. He's a really tough guy. He caught me with an elbow. I'm bleeding in my eye. But still got the job done.
Jake, what makes Woodley so tough?
Man, mental. It's mental. He just keeps on coming forward, hitting him with good shots, good jabs, good body shots. We're in the clinch, and you could feel that, you know, national champion wrestler in the clinch. Boom, pushing you around like a bull. And, you know, his punching power is real. He won the UFC championship with
that. And so taking those punches, I got a good chin. Like, I really do. And so I'm eating them, but damn, that's just good.
Hey Jake, can you talk a little bit about your composure after you got cut? Because we've seen a lot of seasoned boxers in the past that when they get cut, a lot of times they panic and their corners panic. It just seemed like your corner didn't panic. It seemed like you have a great cut man, and you didn't panic. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, nothing phases me at all. I've been through way harder shit in my life. Way harder shit. So a little cut is not going to stop me from winning or put me off my game plan. I actually sort of like that shit because, you know, I look like a fighter right now. All my other fights, I didn't really look like a fighter. This is some shit. I could take a selfie and be like, look at me, I'm a professional boxer now. But my team was on top of it in the corner. Stay calm. Bro, at one point the blood was in my eye. I just saw red. I don't even know if that's healthy. But I just saw red, like, but hey, you gotta do it.
Avid boxing fan, that was easily my favorite knockout of the year, and I think it's time that people deserve, like, to give you credit, because even one of my favorite boxers, Devin Haney, had a fantastic win the other week, but it didn't end in a spectacular fashion like yours. So I say that to say, people are still gonna have something to say after this. Fight a real boxer. Where's Tommy Fury at? Whatever nonsense they're gonna say. Have you done enough to please yourself at this point, to say I've done enough to, like, be happy?
I've done more than enough. 4 massive fights in 13 months. No one in the history of boxing has done what I've done at this age. Massive pay-per-views, knocked out every single person that I've fought. The only person that's as active as me doing these bigger pay-per-views is Canelo, and he's 50 plus fights in. And like I said, I knocked out everyone that I fought, turned them all into memes. That shit's
All right, so I just played enough of that to kind of, if that's what you came for, give you an idea of what they had to say. I'm definitely here for the shade because Logan this is Logan Jake, this Jake Paul. I don't know. He definitely don't. Oh, yep, Jake. There you go. Came up right there. I apologize. I don't watch boxing. I did not watch this fight, of course. This just came across my YouTube feed, and I was being nosy. And I was here for the shade. You see him throwing up paws like that man is a cat, right? You see the shade, but I was here for the shade. But then my mind started wandering. And I was wondering about these knockouts. Like, is there a limit? Like, can you get knocked out a certain amount of times and get, like, no, you can't box at all? Or is it really just as long as you fit, you can keep going? I wanted to know about that. And I came across this story. So I didn't get the answer, but I came across this story. And so that's how we got here. And I wanted to share because I felt like it was interesting. So again, I apologize if you came for some actual boxing stuff. I'm just here to read this news story. Because, yeah. All right, so this story is brought to us by Boxing Junkie, and this is an older story, just so you know. The title is 7-Second Knockout Victim Shouldn't Have Been Allowed in Ring. And that's what, like I said, I was kind of wondering, what's the haps? What's the, like, the rules and regulations? I know they have rules and regulations, of course, but the only thing I could really find when I looked it up was like being medically fit. So it appears to me that as long as you say, you're ready and the doctors at that moment don't see any active or concerning, I guess, spots or anything like that anywhere in the brain, because that's what I'm really wondering about, the brain effect. Like, you can really just go out there. It looks like they don't take into account anything really that has happened. So that's what I really was wondering, because I don't know. It just don't make sense to me that you can just keep getting knocked out and be okay. Like, I understand in principle, maybe it has happened. Maybe. I don't know, but both of them is talking shit. Both of them is saying, I'm ready. I can take a punch. Jake said, I got a strong chin. Like, that was his argument. I got a strong chin. That don't mean nothing. So you mean to tell me you can just be punched over and over and over again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would think after a couple knockouts, somebody else would step in and be like, maybe you should take a break. Maybe you should change fields. You're not too good at your job. I'm okay with losing, but not a knockout. But okay, let's get into this story. So this story is brought to you by Michael Rosenthal. And like I said, it's old. This is from July the 25th, 2020, so last year. All right, so the primary duty of those overseeing boxing is to protect the fighters. They failed Miranda Atkins on Friday. Atkins is a 42-year-old who took up boxing at 39 and had only 5 fights, all of them against opponents with less experience than she had. 4 were making their pro debuts. Her opponent on the Virgil Ortiz Jr. Samuel Vargas card was Sanessa Estrada, a talented seasoned boxer coming off a victory over Olympian Marlene Esparza. Yes. The result was predictable as it was gruesome. The result was as predictable as it was gruesome. Estrada rendered Atkins unconscious in 7 seconds. If that's not a sign that you was not ready, I don't know what else was. Just because you've been practicing That's my only thing. Just because you've been practicing, I don't think that mean nothing. I practice at a lot of stuff. I've been cooking for a long time. Every time I cook something, I call it practice. Every time. And I mean, sometimes I use recipes. Sometimes I actually try. I still burn shit while I'm standing there. You think it be on purpose, as bad of a job that I do sometimes. We all practice it. We all don't get better. It's not always meant. I just be saying it because I'm confused. I'm confused because I can admit to myself things that I'm not good. I'm horrible at dancing. I'm the worst dancer. I have no rhythm. And I ask people all the time, why would I continuously want to do something that I already know I'm bad at? I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy doing things that I'm bad at. It's not fun to do something I'm bad at. So why would I want to keep on? But no, you're right. Continue. How did this happen? How was a novice like Atkins allowed into the ring to face a seasoned pro like Estrada? Estrada had a more experienced opponent fall out, and according to her, a subsequent search for a suitable replacement produced few options. Atkins obviously wasn't ready, but she was willing, which seemed to have been enough for California State Athletic Commission officials, promoter Golden Boy and DAZN. In other words, they pushed Atkins in front of a moving train. Now, she was a willing participant. Gotta keep that in there. Someone with common sense should have yelled at the top of his or her lungs beforehand, wait a second. We're placing this woman in a situation that is unreasonably dangerous. We can't do this. No one did, and Atkins paid the price. She was fortunate to be able to walk out of the ring. State officials and others involved in the promotion can point out that she had stopped each of her 5 previous opponents, an indication that she had some ability. They can say that she passed all medical tests required of every fighter. They can say every fighter faces a degree of danger in the ring. And they can say she agreed to exchange punches with Estrada. It's a free country after all. You know, I understand. I blamed her too. She was a willing participant. But the reason that you have a boss, you know, the reason that companies are owned, it's because anybody otherwise could walk in and say, I can do that, and just, you know, step in and take the job. No, but there are procedures, there are managers who hire, there are boards that make sure, you know, the people in charge are qualified. So there's a commission who literally listened to her just say verbally, I'm ready. That's what she said. She said, I'm ready. Like, she had the gloves. She was just sitting there. It was like the comedians who be at the comedy clubs hoping that somebody don't show up so they can step in and take their place, I guess. I don't know. Or she said the opponent fell out right before. I don't know. I don't know how the system works. What I'm hearing is somebody passed out. Everybody else said no. They knew better because they weren't ready. I really would love for the list. They were not ready, willing, or able to do the fight, but they did find someone who was. But just because she said yes, again, there are people in charge that are responsible for making sure that the things that go on are following the official rules. I don't know. I don't know nothing about boxing. I'm trying to tell you. I don't really have no vested interest in this. I don't really care. I just think it was crazy. It was crazy. And I just got questions. The question, though, really is it a certain amount of knockouts? Can you be knocked out a certain amount of times before they say, look, you can't box no more. You not good at this job. You fired for your own safety. All that is true, and it's still not good enough. Those who made the decision to allow Atkins to step through the ropes have a great deal of experience in the sport. They know a gross mismatch when they see one. If they don't, they shouldn't be in a position to oversee the safety of boxers. All right, and that says Miranda Atkins was knocked out cold by Sanisa Estrada in 7 seconds, and I'll show you that in just 1 second. This was a gross mismatch, one in which the gap in skill combined with experience was too large to sanction the fight. The fact it happened anyway should be an enormous red flag. No one involved in the decision will face punishment, although they probably should. Only Atkins will have suffered. Of course, you did it to yourself, boo. You said you was ready. However, I can tell you what I'd like to see. I'd like to see CSAC Executive Director Andy Foster call an emergency meeting of everyone who played a role in the debacle and ask the question I asked at the beginning of this column. How did this happen? I done got sidetracked. I'm over here eating a pear and watching the H3 podcast. I just remembered I was doing something. I'd like to see the same thing at Golden Boy and DAZN. I'm sorry if you can hear me, Joe. Oscar de la Hoya and executives at the streaming service should gather their troops and ask, how can we avoid such a horrible mismatch going forward? Indeed, something like this should never happen again. I know I was so close to the end, so I apologize, because I'm going to finish eating my pear. I swear I just don't understand. It's people who going to say they ready all day long. I think I could be the president. Not really, but just as an exaggeration. But they would make the whole United States put a vote against that. But because she said she ready, I'll just be wondering if it's anybody actually, like if it's a set of rules that say, you know, that's the only reason I actually got on this story. So it's their fault. I was just wondering. But this seemed like an interesting story. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoyed it. I don't know how many fights Jake Paul got. I need to look it up. But he might have the same kind of stats that that lady had. Even though it didn't go well for her. I apologize. I don't think he fought much. I don't know. Don't matter. Like I said, I ain't going to look it up. But, yep, I was just wondering. I'm still wondering. I ain't got no answers. Got all the questions. I thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it. Appreciate you. Talk to you later. Bye.